Okay, so I know all of us absolutely love how Facebook and social media has become kind of like a place to just air your dirty laundry, and a place to judge, and a place to throw stones and tell you exactly how you should live and how you should eat and how you should raise your kids and what things you should laugh at and what church you should go to and what church you shouldn't go to, and for goodness sakes, who you should marry and how you should be as act as a wife and act as a husband, and how you should potty train your kids and how you should feed your kids, and oh my goodness, it is so overwhelming, right? And there's snot everywhere. See, I bet you didn't expect that on a YouTube video. Look, there's snot and spit up everywhere. But you know what? This is real life. Okay, so getting back to my point. I know that we are all so overwhelmed with all of the junk that is on social media, and a lot of us who are really trying hard to compose ourselves and stay out of the negativity, sometimes every once in a while we see this post that literally just makes us want to jump into the screen and choke out the person that is writing that post. So whether it is a young girl who is pretty much wearing nothing and then complaining about how she doesn't get respect from a man or a guy, and or just people who just tend to judge and bash, and I don't, just like, there's certain things that each of us have that just irk us, right? That just make us want to just crawl out of our skin. And so sometimes, and most of the time, I'm pretty proud of the fact that I actually am able to remain controlled. But there are sometimes when you just can't. You just think about it all day and it's nagging you, and you are just like, I gotta say something. So I have thankfully through the years been able to compose myself and found different ways to respond to these types of posts or comments. And ironically, and the reason why I am recording this video is because I had a friend of mine reach out to me the other day, and she said, Mary, I really like and admire how you respond to difficult things. You always seem to just convey things in love and with respect, and somehow it just sounds kind of nice, diplomatic, maybe with lots of mercy and understanding. I don't know, I'm putting those things out there, but these are the things that I try to do whenever I respond to things like this. And so she was asking me some advice. She was saying, can you just give me some feedback and some advice? And she told me the situation, and it just made me think, like, this is something that I think would be really helpful to a lot of people. So here's my advice to you. When you read or come across a post from somebody on your social media where you just can't ignore it, and you just know or just feel in your heart or in your spirit or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to say, that it is just bothering you, how should you respond? Welcome to my YouTube. I'm juggling two babies that are all over the place. Okay, so there's two things, actually maybe 2.5 things that I am going to recommend to you. And the first thing is this. Number 1, when you respond, let's just say you've already come to the conclusion of what you want to say, right? When you respond, think about what you are actually communicating to you. Is this response going to make the person mad? Is it going to hurt their feelings? Is it going to shame them publicly? Is it going to put up a wall? So that's going to be my first filter, right? Is this comment going to somehow put up a wall of division? Okay, don't do that. Don't put your hand in mommy's shirt. That's inappropriate, especially for public viewing. Are you hungry? Okay. Number 1, is it going to put up a wall of division between you and that person? Is that person going to immediately go on the defense mode? If they are, don't do it. Number 2, is what you are saying and the response that you are giving. Hi! There's people walking by. We say hi to neighbors. Hi! Is the response that you are giving, is it a solution to the problem? Or are you airplanes flying by? You are really getting a taste of my life today. Is it a solution, or is it just you venting and kind of giving your opinion? Because if it's not a solution, and if it is not in love, in other words, if it is going to build a wall, or if it's going to build division, or if it's going to make them defensive or upset in any way, don't do it. Now, if for some reason, after those two things, you are still wanting to communicate to that person, whatever your feelings are you hungry? Whatever those feelings are, then my half to this, my 2.5, my half, is going to be send this person a private message. And then when you send that person a private message with your response, I also want to make sure that you go through those two things, because yes, you can be a little bit more liberal in what you say, but always remember that the goal here is to communicate and have the other person receive what you are saying. If the other person is not going to receive what you are saying, then you are doing it just for you. You're not doing it for that person. If the other person, the goal is for that other person to receive what you're saying and hear what you're saying in a way that it breaks down their walls, so it doesn't build up a defense. It allows them the opportunity to really hear your heart and hear your perspective. So my suggestion to you is to always communicate in love. Be honest, be truthful, but always communicate in a way thinking of the other person, putting yourself in their shoes, and knowing that your goal is to give a perspective, give a solution, give a perspective, not just vent or tell people what to do, not just point fingers and shame someone. We never want to shame publicly, and we never want to embarrass publicly, because that doesn't solve anything. So I hope that this suggestion helps you. I hope my little 2.5 rule helps you, and that you are able to respond in truth, with love, to all of those crazy posts that you see on your Facebook news feed. So we hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.